Welcome to Soulful Jewish Living, Mindful Practices for Every Day, with me, Josh Feigelson. I'm grateful you're here, and I hope you benefit from our time together. Nearly every year since 1973, around Passover time, ABC has aired Cecil B. DeMille's classic movie, The Ten Commandments. And like a lot of Jewish families when I was a kid, ours would gather around the television to watch. Perhaps this is part of your tradition too. Despite its title, the movie isn't really about the Ten Commandments very much. The bulk of its 3 hours and 40 minutes is devoted to the story of the Exodus. But then, with just a bit of time left in the film, Moses finally comes down the mountain. In this scene, he's met by his lieutenant, Joshua.
Do not kneel to me, Joshua.
These tablets of stone.
The writing of God. His 10 Commandments.
Now, while listening to Charlton Heston dramatically recite his lines gives me a nice nostalgia rush, at this point in my life, I kind of wish I hadn't seen the movie at such a young age. Because, for me anyway, it actually makes the Ten Commandments feel like words that were literally written in stone thousands of years ago. It makes me feel farther from them, not closer. And it has taken a good deal of work for me to develop a relationship with them as words that really speak to me in this time and place. Maybe that resonates with you too. If so, you're in luck, as this is the first episode in a series we're going to do on the Ten Commandments. My goal here is to help us rediscover these words and explore how they can really help us live more mindfully. So let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. Anochi, I the Eternal am your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. Wait, what? That's not a commandment, it's a statement. But traditionally, it's counted as the first of the 10 Commandments. Why? First of all, let's do a little refresher on something I've talked about on previous episodes. The word mitzvah does in fact mean commandment, but there's a long Jewish tradition that also understands mitzvah as meaning connection or opportunity for connection. It doesn't have to be a heavy-handed commandment. Also, in Hebrew, these actually aren't called the 10 mitzvot. They're called Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 divine utterances, the 10 things God said. When we call them the 10 Commandments in English, we're already orienting ourselves in a particular direction, and I'd like us to find some alternatives. I'll keep calling them the 10 Commandments. I mean, that's branding that just isn't going away. But already with this first divine utterance, we can see that these aren't really commandments. They're something else. An invitation to more mindful living. All right, so back to the first one. What's the invitation in I the Eternal am your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage? I would suggest that this is an opportunity to connect with our very deepest roots. We have to do this before we get to any of the ethical precepts of the Ten Commandments or the rest of the Torah. We need to ground in the deep, abiding spiritual reality that the animating, loving force of the universe that brought our ancestors out of Egypt, the place of narrowness and constriction, that very same force is liberating us right now. It's pulsing through us, present in every breath, constantly available. That's our starting point for everything that follows. All the other commandments, mitzvot, utterances, opportunities for connection, all of them are variations on this theme. We have to start with touching into the oneness of creation. The same divine being that breathed life into the universe is the one who brought our ancestors to freedom and is doing the same thing for us right now. We can say that, of course, but it's another thing to really feel it. So here's a short meditation practice to help. Find a comfortable posture, whether you're seated or lying down or standing. Allow your body to settle. If you're sitting, feel your sit bones rooted your spine gently lengthening upwards. If you're lying down, feel the full support of the earth beneath you. Allow your shoulders to soften, your hands to rest gently. Take a few deep, intentional breaths. As you breathe in slowly, fill your lungs, and as you exhale completely, let go of any tension you might be holding. Just allow your breath to be a gentle anchor, bringing you into this moment. Now, bring your awareness to the simple fact of your own existence, the miracle of breath moving in and out of your body, the sensation of being alive. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the subtle movements within you. As you breathe, you might silently echo the words or simply hold the feeling of Anochi. I am the divine presence. Not as a distant concept, but as the very ground of your being, the energy that animates you, the force that brought you into this moment. Now consider the second part, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. On a spiritual level, Egypt, Mitzrayim in Hebrew, literally means narrow places. We all experience narrow places in our lives. Moments of fear, anxiety, self-doubt, constriction. As you sit here, gently acknowledge any narrow places you might be feeling right now. Perhaps a worry, a tension, a feeling of being stuck. Just notice it without judgment, without needing to change it. And now bring to mind the radical truth. Just as the Israelites were led from Mitzrayim, you too are being continually led from constriction into spaciousness. This divine presence, this I am, is a force of liberation within you and around you. It invites you to a profound acceptance of what is, knowing that even within challenges, there is a pathway to freedom. Feel the breath flowing freely. Imagine each inhale bringing in more spaciousness, more release from any self-imposed bondage. And each exhale gently releasing the grip of those narrow places. There's no need to force anything, no need to struggle. Simply allow. Allow yourself to be present with whatever arises. This is the practice of radical acceptance, acknowledging what is and trusting in the deeper currents of existence that are always moving towards wholeness and liberation. Rest in this awareness, the simple, profound truth of Anochi, I am, the ever-present source of life, the liberating force, the ground of being. When you're ready, if your eyes have been closed, open them gently and see if you can bring some of this awareness into the rest of your day. Blessings for the journey. Know that I'm on it with you. Thank you for joining us for Soulful Jewish Living, Mindful Practices for Every Day, a production of Unpacked, a brand of OpenDor Media, and the Institute for Jewish Spirituality. This episode is sponsored by Jonathan and Corey Califer and the Somerset Patriots, the Bridgewater, New Jersey-based AA affiliate of the New York Yankees. If you like the show, subscribe, share this episode with a friend, and give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Check out our website, Unpacked.media, for everything Unpacked related, and subscribe to our other podcasts. And check out the Institute for Jewish Spirituality. Most important, be in touch about what you heard today, what you'd like to hear more about, or to dedicate an episode. Write to me at josh@unpacked.media. This episode was hosted by me, Rabbi Josh Feigelson. Audio was edited by Rob Pera, and were produced by Rivki Stern. Thanks for joining us.